Hey, it's Doug Coy for SoWhatDoYouThink.com, and hey, I'm back from vacation and ready to rock and roll again. I guess the big question today is, have you been watching the Olympics? And if you've been watching them, what are your impressions of the event? Overall, it's been a pretty good experience for me. I love the personal stories that some of the networks have been putting out as far as the athletes. It makes it a lot more interesting, I think. The vintage saying, the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat, certainly becomes very clear during the Olympics. Actually, I had a chance to talk to one of my Aussie friends about the Olympics. He had some kind of interesting things to say.
Oh, mate, pretty disappointed with Australia's effort. You know, they've been favourite in a few of the swimming events and things like that, and they just haven't performed. Who knows? The Olympics, you're supposed to get yourself up and perform at your best, but I think people have come up, the standards have come up, and it's a bit of an equaliser. But having said that, per population, Australia's still pretty powerful, so I'm pretty proud of that. Crikeys.
You're a coach.
I am. Look, listen to what you're told, not what you think you're told. Perseverance, dedication, and lots of practice. Don't be frightened to ask questions. There's never a wrong question. There's never a silly question. Just ask. If you have a doubt, ask. And train. Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice will get you there. And the dedication goes a long way too.
The one thing that hit me was the women's soccer match between the United States and Canada. What a great match it was. Too bad that something of this importance had to be colored by the referee. I mean, that was the main story, was the referee. It should have been the great play that was on the field, but it was some of those bogus calls that the ref made. Now, I thought it would really have been cool if the United States would have said, you know, that's a terrible call. We're not going to go along with that. And instead of taking advantage of a really bad call, if they'd just kicked the ball out of bounds. Now, I know that's not going to happen. And Canada, if it was on the other side, probably would have done the same thing, taken the penalty kick. But I thought to myself, how cool that would have been. That would have been an amazing story of sportsmanship. Hey, we're not going to go along with this really bad call. We want it to be determined on the field, not by the referee, so we're going to kick the ball out of bounds. Didn't happen, but it would have been amazing if it had. We live in a world where I think the saying is, win at all cost. And to me, that's a little bit sad. One of the other sayings is, winning is not everything, it's the only thing. One of my friends said, it's not how you play the game, it's whether you win or lose. Or show me a good loser, and I'll show you a loser. Or it does not matter if you win or lose, until you lose. Well, I'm not for sure at my age right now I agree with that. Matter of fact, I live in a town that watched a hockey team go all the way to the finals of the Stanley Cup. They made it to the final game in the Stanley Cup series. They played wonderful all year. They won more games than any other hockey team in the league. You know, they won this trophy for doing that. But what they're remembered for is losing. Imagine what it would be like. What kind of world would it be like if there was not pro sports? You played the game simply because you loved to play the game. There was college sports, high school sports, but no pro sports. You know, just amateur sports. You could go to the games for free. You could watch superstars, guys that are really good at playing the game, but they have to have other jobs. You know, they have to work like other people. But they play because they simply enjoy playing the game. So there is no high salaries. There are no politics going on. It's just, well, there'd still be politics, even in amateur sports. But we would not have to pay the outrageous things that we have to pay. We would not have to pay the outrageous fees that we have to pay for tickets. And we would not pay the huge salaries that we pay. What kind of world would that be if there were no pro sports? Be interesting, wouldn't it? Anyway, something to think about, a discussion. It'll never happen, but it's a good discussion. All right, this is Doug Coy. So, what do you think?